Okay, so with the GTA 5 review from GameSpot, I somewhat expected for reviewers to be like, oh hey, this got massive amounts of hits. Let's do that. Um, and nowhere is it more apparent than this review. Penny Arcade review by Andrew Groen. KOF 13 pre-PC improves online play, doesn't improve casual racism/sexism. Right. The fun and engaging, complex and beautiful, yet at the same time all that is balanced out by a worrisome amount of casual sexism and cringe-inducing racial imagery. So, the main issue here is Mai. Now, I hate this, that you can't be a strong female. You can't be a strong female, or you can't have a strong female character that dresses skimpy, because, whoops, you're automatically being exploited. Or, as this, says, routinely exploited for sexual titillation. So a woman can't be skimpy and powerful and strong at the same time. I hate that. I hate that a lot because it's not true. So Mai has a character, a very good. She has a character, lots of character, and she is a very strong female character, and it kills me that you think that because she's wearing skimpy clothing that somehow makes her less, or the SNK are trying to say that she's less, or she's being exploited, or it's sexist, because it's not. The reason for the clothing has reason behind it. It has a backstory. It has all this, and you completely ignore that. Completely ignore it. And let's get the tone of the game right now, before I move on. The tone of the game is light-hearted, humorous, and exaggerated. That's the tone of the game. So, in another example, the female character King's shirt gets blasted off to reveal her bra if she's KO'd with a special move. There's two things with this. Apparently, as a commenter said, this is a reference to when she dressed as a man, and nobody wanted her to know she was a man. And therefore, the hint that she was a man was when the chest clothing got blasted off to reveal a bra. Like I said, backstory, a strong character. She was working as a bouncer, by the way. She's a strong character. She has backstory. She has reason. You completely ignore this. Secondly, we can't have a bra in a video game because that's sexist. Hold on. Fuck off. We can't have women in bras because that's sexist? Even under what contexts? Like, under what context can that be sexist? Come on. There's pretty much dialogue between characters. And there's many wow, a woman type of exchanges. Despite the fact that women make up 30% of the game's cast and are clearly just as capable. Like I said, that's character with characters. Character backstory, character traits, characters. It's a character. The only characters in this game that take anything seriously is Iori and K-Dash. Everybody else has humorous and light-hearted banter with each other. No one would seriously talk down any of these women, because not only does, like, Takuma, for example, he's friends with, I think he's friends with a couple of the female characters in the game. He'd only talk down to them as like a joke. Like he's, that's how it is. It's nothing serious, it's all light-hearted fun. And you provide no screenshots of any of that. The only screenshots you seem to be obsessed with are of Mai. So you talk about the backgrounds. You talk about the 3D models of Street Fighter. It doesn't boast 3D models of Street Fighter 4 or Persona or the hand-drawn animation of Persona 4. It actually does. The pixel art is all done by hand. It goes from 3D model to 2D drawing to pixel art. And that's how they get such detail. You should probably do research in the future because it really helps. Oh, speaking of research, because this is King of Fighters Steam Edition, don't list any other console other than the PC, because that's false. If you want to be all-inclusive, don't include Android and iOS like you do. Include 360, PS3, and PC. The iOS versions are different. So you put gross beauty in big letters because you have to. So you praise the shit out of the backgrounds. Okay, so KOF features the usual globe-trotting set of levels around the world. The problem is that SNK has seemingly seen fit to attempt to mock each race when they go to a new location. Keep that in mind, people. The level in India, for instance, features dozens of people riding elephants in the background looking more like 10th century royalty than anything you might actually find in India. This is a problem how? Like I said, light-hearted, fun, exaggeration. If I took that image to any Indian, they would have fucking no problem with it. And if you want the real India, why don't you have a bunch of guys with ash on their skin swinging weights from their dicks? That's real India. Why don't you have that in the background instead of elephants with big trunks? How about men with big penises swinging shit from them? That's real India. Again, you've missed the mark on the tone of the game. Next, the Chinese stage is full of snaggle-toothed fishmongers slurping noodles with chickens running loose. It's a light-hearted, humorous, exaggerated stage. The French stage shows dozens of highly overweight Caucasian women with bad haircuts and big noses eating and cheering you on. I don't even know how that's offensive. And who are you to judge that their haircuts are bad? Maybe I find their haircuts attractive. Maybe I'm a chubby chaser. What the fuck is the problem? There's fucking no problem. The most cringe-inducing stage shows brown and green-skinned toothless people in the jungle waving tiki masks and banging wood drums. Again, in the fucking tone and context of the game, it's light-hearted, fun, humorous, exaggerated. That fits the stage perfectly. To be fair, there's also a self-referential Japan stage, which is full of sumo wrestlers, kabuki masks, and all matter of cliché Japanese things. It at least shows they attempted these stages from a place of all-inclusive humor, yet obviously missed the mark. How the fuck did they miss the... You know, fuck that. That's just a dumb statement. These aren't the only stages, but they're the most common in the arcade and story modes. Actually, no, they're not. Okay, and that's it. You completely failed to mention the England stage, which is full of the shit you hate. So why didn't you mention that? It's a fairly common stage. I see it every time I play the arcade mode. Why didn't you mention any of the other stages that have absolutely nothing to do with race, sex, or any stereotyping? Why didn't you mention those? This is a review, right? Not just your agenda dressed up as a review. It's your agenda dressed up as a review. Okay. So the last paragraph, you dedicate half that paragraph to the game and the rest to just random shit that is just fluff. Well, so whether the last statement, whether you can get past the game's rampant insensitivity to find the wonderful game inside, depends entirely on your own values. Basically, you think it's a really good game, yet you skim past all the gameplay in favor of talking of this stuff. There is maybe half a paragraph in total in your review that talks about the fucking game. The rest of it is pushing an agenda. It's pushing a thought. It's pushing shit that doesn't need to be in a review. The main focus of your review was this other shit. It wasn't the review of a game, it was trying to push this other shit down my throat. Thank you, reviewer of GTA 5, for reviewing GTA 5 in that fashion. You have opened the floodgates to many morons like this one to get a free hit. Because they saw your review, they saw how it blew up, and they think they can do the same. Thank you. Thank you oh so much for opening the floodgates to retarded shit like this. I have no problem with people having these opinions. I support you having the opinion, but that doesn't mean that I can't pick the shit out of your review. So, in the end, Penny Arcade review, Andrew Groen, suck. All the suck. Terrible, actually a legitimate terrible review, because you barely covered the game. You've got this opinion, this opinion to push, and that's all you did in the review. And you've got facts wrong as well, which is hilarious. So there's really nothing else for me to say now. I've said everything I've had to say. You've completely missed the point. You've completely missed the tone, and you've missed the mark of the review of the game. And there's nothing else for me to say other than you're a complete idiot. Anyway, I'm done here. Yeah, I'm not gonna hate on this reviewer besides calling them an idiot. I'm gonna say their review is shit. And I don't like the style in which they've done the review, and they barely touch on the game, and the review for that is shit. So, I respect your opinion, I respect your ability to have the opinion, but I do not respect putting that opinion in a review. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Happy fun time. Shoveling through shit on the internet. Yay.